Very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Casey here. Thank you for coming to taking your time to attend this workshop. Okay. This whole series workshop is talking about building a case. So this workshop actually runs for whole weeks, Monday to Friday. And for this workshop, okay, it's only a 1 hour session. So for this 1 hour, we're going to cover two topics. Okay, the first half an hour will be taught by me on the Blackboard Virtual Classroom. The second half, my colleague will take over to walk through together with me on the Google Hangout. I want you all to take a note on please go to this website, which is shown on this screen. Go to this website, then click on day 2. On day 2, these are the slides that we'll be going through today. The first slide is actually on the Blackboard Virtual Classroom. The second slide is on the Google Hangout. So for the next 30 minutes, this is what we're going to cover. We're going to learn how to manage multiple groups by creating multiple sessions. You chat, you communicate with students, and learn some of the basic features of virtual classroom. Things like how you can navigate some of the course menus within the virtual classroom. Use Whiteboard to annotate. Use a group browser to share to all students a common website which you want them to see. And use Ask Question inbox to get all the questions from students so that you can clarify their doubts. And last but not least, how you can use the archive sessions to archive the whole discussion session so that later on you can use it for the reference. These are some of the tips for you in case when you go back you want to implement these virtual classrooms. If you need to tell the students that if you're going to implement this virtual classroom, tell them well ahead in advance the date and time when to log in, and get them to test out all the collaboration tools so that on that day they will not be feel so lost. And the two key things that they need to install the Java plugin and disable a pop-up blocker. Because for this virtual classroom, you need to run the Java. Without Java, they can't run the chats in the virtual classroom. And when the dates get nearer, okay, it's good that you send them reminders. Tell them these are the date and times you need to log in to the virtual classroom so that you'll all be safe on time. If you're looking for guides, okay, you can go to this URL. It's actually an online guides provided by the Blackboard. Okay, we are going for green, so we are not printing any guides. So you can go to this website to get all this guide. Okay, if you go to this URL, you should see this page. It's called NI Learning. Then on the top right-hand corner, click on Login to Genius. Then key in your user ID and password. Is everybody on the same page? You can see majority already logged in. Okay, once you're on this page, click on the Course tab. Is everyone with me? Then you select this Blackboard Virtual Classroom. And on the left-hand side, click on Tools. Then look out for Collaboration. This is the one. If you click on Collaboration, this is what you see. By default, every time you come to this page, you're given two sessions. One is called the Office Hour. The other is called Lecture Hall. Okay, the Office Hour is actually a chat function. The other one is called the Lecture Hall is actually a virtual classroom. So this one is by default is given to you. So you have the option to use the existing sessions or you can create a new one. Okay. Earlier on I did mention that you can manage multiple groups by creating multiple sessions. Okay. So for what I given to you is a student account. I want you to experience what a student go through. Okay. From my end, I'm using a tutor account. For a tutor account, you can see that on top there's an extra button, Create Collaboration Session. So you can create multiple sessions for different groups. Assuming I've got two groups, group 1 and group 2. What I will do is, as a tutor, I'll create two groups. Let me demonstrate to you. I'll click on this button. I'll give a name. Say group 1. Okay. Then I scroll down, okay. I can select a function, say is it a chat or virtual classroom. In this case, I select a virtual classroom. Then I create a second one again, called group 2. Then I select a tools with the virtual classroom. Then click submit. You can see here that, okay, I created 2 sessions, okay, group 1 and group 2. So in this case, you can tell students, if you belong to group 1, please go to join the group 1 session. If they belong to group 2, ask them join the group 2 session. Okay, now I want to go to talk about how you can use a chat function. Okay, in the chat function, okay, for the purpose of participation in this workshop, I suggest everybody, okay, click on this office hour, this one. Click on this one, because we're going to experience how a chat function works. Let me clear this one first. Okay, this is how a chat function will look like. Okay, I can see trainee 01, 03, 05 start coming in. Okay, chat function is actually very easy to use. Okay, it's just like those instant MSN. To compose a message, below there's a box. Type in your message. Then either hit a return key or click a send key. Whatever message is typed inside the box and hit return, everybody can see. So far, everybody okay? On top of that, I can also send a private message. Just to demo to you, I can send a private message. Okay, I open another browser and I log in as a student, just to demonstrate to you how a student sends a private message. Let me minimize most of Windows so that you can see better. Okay, you can see 2 windows here. Okay, instructor is actually identified by this label called moderator, and student is being labeled as a participant. Let's say I'm a student, I want to send a private message to my tutor. What I will do is I select my tutor, then I click on this one, send the private message. I type in my message, then I click on send. Okay, and as a tutor, I'm able to see the private message. This is my private message. At times when you see that in the chat message getting a bit cluttered, on the top of the top right hand side, you can actually have a separate view for your private message. As you can see here, as a participant, same things as for students, you can also have a separate window for your private message. So far, everybody okay? There's one interesting button I want to show to you is, as an instructor, I can also do a recording of the whole discussions. Okay, if I click on start recording, okay, the system will prompt me to give a name for the recording. Okay, if I put a name, say today, I click on, you can see that, okay, there's a message saying start recording. So from this point onwards, whatever message student type in or tutor type in, all this message will be captured. So far, everybody okay? And there's one interesting control button. It's called the control button. Okay, this one is only available to the tutor. Okay, Right now, so everybody can do a chat and send private message. But what happens if the instructor uncheck these two checkbox? Okay, the moment I uncheck, you will see that nobody is able to do a send private message or do a composing message. You try, you can't do anything. This one is good when, as an instructor, you want a floor by yourself. Okay, you want student to get too rowdy, so you can actually disable all these chat function and private message. When you find that everything is clarified already, you want to return this function to them, you can uncheck back. Now decide to put back. Okay, click OK, and you should be able to do a chat. Let's say I'm satisfied with the discussions, I can actually do a stop recording. When you click on stop recording, you see this message show stop recording. So far everybody okay? So once I'm done, I'm happy with the discussion with all the students, I want to exit this discussion. What I will do is I click on end button, then everybody will be out. Okay. When I select this one, everybody will expel out and all the message will be clear. I click OK. You'll see that you've been logged out from the sessions. Okay. Earlier on, I did a recording of the session, so you might ask, where can I find the recording sessions? It actually can be found here. If you move your mouse here, select recording. Okay. You can see the recording is being shown here. If I click on this one, all the transcript will be recorded. So far, everybody okay with the recording? Sorry, recordings and the chat function. Okay, if you're ready, okay, I'll move on to the virtual classroom. I'm going to create a new sessions called BB Virtual Classroom. I'll give the function called virtual classroom, then click on submit. Okay, for the purpose of participation, okay, I suggest everybody join this function, join this session called BB Virtual Classroom. Okay, once you have these sessions, okay, you notice that in this interface, okay, you also have the chat function here, which is below, and also the recording function on the top right hand corner. Okay, so because we went through the chat, I will not explain again. Same thing for the recording. What we're interested is more on those tools that's listed on the left hand side. Now, before I go into that, I want to explain more about the control function also. If you take a look at the control function, okay, you can do almost the same kind of control just like what you did in the chat. Okay, I would suggest, okay, by default these are functions that's being given to students. I would suggest you uncheck all the tools except for this few. You give the student only these three functions: the chat, private message, and the ask questions. The reason is very simple. Okay, if you're going to give the students all this feature, okay, you allow them to navigate the course board and flash all the whatever whiteboards or course notes to the rest of the students, is going to be very disruptive during your presentations. So that's why I suggest you give them only these few functions. Unless you want the student to do some kind of presentation, only then you give them the kind of rights. So I'm going to keep this setting as it is. So I just removed, I believe nobody can do any drawing right here. Okay, I'll go through the tools one at a time. Okay, if you take a look at the map, okay, map is actually referring to course menu within the Blackboard. Okay, this one is actually very useful. Okay, when you're conducting a virtual classroom. Okay, in a virtual classroom you can't see each other. So if there's something you want to show to the students, okay, and you want them to be on the same page, okay, this is what you can do. In the course under the map, if you select the map, okay, you can see all the course menu within the Blackboard. So everything is under one roof. Okay, if I want to show the slide 1, I click on the slide 1, then click on go. Then this message will be, this slide will be shown to all the students. If I go to slide 2, I go to select and go again. Again, your slide will be reflected accordingly. So far, so good, everybody. I think it's quite rather straightforward.
Yeah, I'm late, so.
Oh, so
Where do you get the slide?
the slide is actually within my course menu. So that means before I conduct a virtual classroom, my slide is already uploaded inside my course documents. Okay. Likewise for whiteboard, okay, if I give you the control for the whiteboard, give you control of whiteboard, click OK. Everybody can start doing whiteboard. Okay. In the whiteboard, you can add in more slide by clicking on the plus sign. Okay. To show a particular slide, you select one of them, then you click on display. And over here, I can do some kind of doodling. If I want to type some message, then click insert. Okay, I can use my arrow key to move my items around. This is for the whiteboard. Now I'm going to take back control for the whiteboard, okay, so that we can proceed to the next item. Now come to group browser. Okay, group browser is actually very good. You want to show to all the students on the same website. Okay, to show them a website, just type the URL here. Then click go. You should see these websites on everybody's web page. Next one is actually ask question. Ask question is for students to ask questions. Okay, whatever student asks questions, everybody can see. Okay, there are some people ask, okay, if I can type a message ask a question within the checkbox, why do I need a ask question inbox? Okay, the reason is very simple. Okay, as a discussion get longer, okay, you might lose track which student asks which question. That's why we have this ask question inbox. Let's say I'm a student, I ask the questions. Okay. Let me go to my student login just to demonstrate to you. Okay, I've got two windows. Okay, one is the instructor, the other one is actually the students. Okay, as a students, I can, now I need students, I can ask question. I type in, okay, immediately you can see that in the question inbox, there's a questions. Okay. As instructors, what I will do, if I need to reply to this particular students, I will click on this reply and reply. I click send, okay. The student will be able to see my reply over here. I wonder, actually I expect somebody ask me very important questions, but since nobody asked, I will ask.
I actually do have a question.
Okay, please ask.
How do you set up a session?
You don't need to set up. Basically, just what you do is very simple. Let me demonstrate one more time. It's actually very simple. It's only a few click button. Okay, I'm going to close everything here, just to start everything all over again, so that you have a good picture how the thing is being created. Okay, I'll close everything. Okay, when you log in the Blackboard, okay, I believe NTU site, their menu is almost the same as ours. Okay, you want to set up a virtual classroom, click on Tools. Then you scroll down, look for Collaboration. Okay, Collaboration. Okay. By default, you're given one virtual classroom called Lecture Hall. You can use this existing one, or you can create a brand new one. Okay, to create a brand new one as an instructor, you got this extra button. Right now, you're not able to create because I've given you only the student rights only. So just to demonstrate to you how I create. I click on Create Collaboration Session. Then you need to give a name for this virtual classroom. Okay. Then maybe you can say, let's say your names. Your name is say, example say John. Sorry. So John Virtual Classroom. Then when you scroll down, okay, please remember to select Virtual Classroom. If you select chat, that means you only given the chat functionality, that's all. But with Virtual Classroom, that include the chat also. Then you click Submit. Basically, it's only few click button. Give a name, scroll down, make sure you select Virtual Classroom, click Submit. That's all. It's only few click button. Sorry, what do you say?
How do you invite the students?
Invite students. Okay, students actually, basically no need to invite students. Since students got access to Blackboard, okay, just ask them, go to the same place, ask them, click on Tools, and click on Collaboration. Then ask them to join Virtual Classroom.
There is a limiting the students.
I need to hand over the time to my colleague, otherwise you should be running out of time.